Yeah, how many of you guys own Strider 2 for the PlayStation? I'm sure a lot more people own a PlayStation than they do Strider 2, you know? And yes, PlayStation or PS1, not PSX. If you call this the PSX, you need to move on because, you know, yes, that may have been the term to call it in the 90s, but for fuck's sakes, there is a system called the PSX. It's a Japanese PS2 with, like, DVD-R functions or something like that. Anyways, that rant out of the way. Yes, I got myself a PlayStation 1. Now, the thing is, oh, look, Strider 2. No, I didn't pick this up recently, but I got it for free, so that's cool. But anyways, I wanted to get a PS1, despite the fact that I played my PS1 games on the PS2, because, you know, that's just what I had, and there's the benefit of, you know, playing the games in a component, which makes the, you know, PS1 games look really good. But I still wanted to get a PS1, like an original system, for a few reasons. For one thing, it's a nice looking system. I like that. Two, it's just a nice thing to own. And three, playing imports on this thing actually isn't too bad, especially compared to the PlayStation 2, which that thing is an absolute pain in the fucking ass to get, you know, imports, to play imports on, you know. I mean, I guess if you mod it with a mod chip, it's simple, but other than the mod chip, it's really a pain in the ass. But anyways, there's, of course, you know, methods such as, well, the Game Shark in disc form, you know, you pop it in here, and you pop in, I believe, a little thing to the memory card, put in your import, and there you go. But in some models of the PlayStation, they have a little port on the back. If I can get this off. You know, this port right here. Now, the interesting thing about this expansion port is that it was never used, at least not officially, by Sony. But there does exist, like, a Game Shark and an Action Replay. If you pop that into the back of the system, and I believe you have to do some stupid, like, fucking trick where you put a spring here, and then you have to, like, swap out a North American game with a Japanese game. It's still, I don't think it's as simple as simply, oh, have the Action Replay in the back and put the game in. I don't think it's that simple, but it's still a lot more simple than dealing with, you know, playing imports on a PS2. So that's one incentive, I guess, you know, whenever I start to get PlayStation 1 imports. Because, yeah, but still, a great thing to have. And, you know, the PS1, it's a fantastic console. It might be my favorite console by Sony. Either that or the PS2, but, you know, such a great system. And, you know, I didn't even, like, grow up with one, you know, because, well, I just didn't. I mean, I knew people who had one, of course, but, you know, it's such a fantastic system. So much great stuff on it. How about, while we're on the subject of, I guess, hardware, though it's not a system, got a Sega Dreamcast keyboard, and it's upside down. Yes, it's in here in the box. If I can get this open, I can show y'all. As you can see, there it is, wrapped in a bag. Cause this came as a surprise to me. If I can close this back up, it came as a big surprise to me. Not only do I have this keyboard, but I have two. I have two Sega Dreamcast keyboards. Look at that. Yeah, there are like, I believe, other variations of the keyboard. Like there might be, I think there's one that has a swirl on it, you know, because like the Dreamcast swirl, and I believe there's also a SegaNet one where the space key definitely looks different. But yeah, the keyboard. Of course, it's most famously known for the game Typing of the Dead. Hold on one second. I just need to get something for a bit of a visual, you know, because why the hell not? But yeah, of course, the Sega Dreamcast keyboard is most famously used for the Typing of the Dead, which I also got here, which is really nice. But, you know, there are, of course, other games that use it, like, believe it or not, there's a Japan-only game called The Typing of the Date. Yes, The Typing of the Date. Look up gameplay, it's a very interesting game. There's also a Neon Genesis Evangelion game that uses the keyboard. I think there's two of them, actually, that use the keyboard. But, turns out, you know, there's also, it's also can be used for, like, games like Stupid Invaders and Quake 3 Arena. But, turns out, I also have other software that uses this. For example, ChuChu Rocket. Though apparently you would use the keyboard for like online chats, like you're playing with 3 other fellows on you know, the World Wide Web and stuff, and you're like, you know, hey guys, what's going on? How you all doing? 69, 69, 420, 64, F5, yeah, refresh the page. I don't fucking know. I just made a fool of myself. But yeah, you can use that for some online chat, but me being the curious guy that I am, I attempted to play ChuChu Rocket with the keyboard. It kind of worked, but I could only get the up and down arrows placed on the board, because, yeah, I tried, like, almost all these keys. I mean, look at all these keys, you know, it looks like a standard keyboard, you know, from the 90s. It doesn't really shout gaming, except for, of course, the plug, and, of course, the Dreamcast logo there, but I also have the Sega Dreamcast web browser. You know, yeah, this totally isn't outdated or anything. I mean, I believe you can still go online with the Dreamcast. I know with the broadband adapter you can, like, make private servers and whatnot. I believe also with the modem, the 56K modem, which is, you know, you're more likely to have that than the broadband adapter, let's just say that. But with that, you know, you could, you know, browse online and stuff. But even though I don't feel like going through whatever process to get some sort of internet, you know, slow as fuck internet experience out of this software, when you boot it up, you can type down an email, but it won't send because, you know, I'm not connecting this to the internet. But you know, that's kind of cool. But hey, at least I have 3 uses for this. Now, as for Typing of the Dead, it's a fun game. It's just like, you know, they must have been like tongue-in-cheek or whatever, you know, when like developing this. I mean, it can be kind of hard because there are times where I swear to God I'm pressing that certain key to kill that zombie, you know, and I have to find out, oh, okay, what key did I miss? But you know, it's just a quirky, you know, like what the fuck, fun little time, you know, good stuff. I'm not sure how many other games I will be getting that will use this keyboard, but anyways, you're gonna continue seeing that in frame because I don't feel like you know, putting it away currently. Anyways, oh, I'm gonna put the camera down again because I have to get something out here. Here I have F-Zero Maximum Velocity for the Game Boy Advance. Now the thing is, I actually already own this game, but my copy, which I had gotten for free, while it works, it's like, you can tell just from putting it in the system and just from playing it that it suffers, you know, because it feels like the previous owner probably blew in the cartridge too much, and oh fuck, I dropped it, and the pins, you know, feel like they're, I guess, corroded or just, you know, fucked up now, because all that moisture from the breath, because, you know, you shouldn't blow into the cartridge. But yeah, F-Zero Maximum Velocity. The one time I talked about it, I think in part 1 of my video game collection, which is an outdated video, by the way, I was kind of harsh on it, and I was like, no, honestly, I mean, I'm just not 100% sure how I should be playing this, but, you know, F-Zero Maximum Velocity is still a good time, and, yeah, past Wesley, you're wrong about whatever you said, even though you never said you outright hated it. Wow, holy shit. Anyways, how about, Mad Dog McCree for the Sega CD? Yeah, what a great next Sega CD game to get. Yeah, out of the original 5 that I have. And, well, it's one of those FMV games. It's a shooter. You basically point your cursor and you shoot some bad guys. That's pretty much the extent of that. Watch a cutscene telling the story. Mad Dog McCree, yeah. He's got the mayor's daughter. Gotta rescue her. Also, one thing I just noticed right now is that the Sega logo is in like a white border. I don't get why that white border is there. Maybe this is a rare error variant of Mad Dog McCree. The main reason why I wanted this, other than getting another Sega CD game and experiencing one of those infamous FMV games for the Sega CD, is because this game is compatible with the Mega Mouse, which I actually own, and for the 3 years that I've owned it, the only thing I could use it for was Wacky World's Creativity Studio, and I was like, well, let's get another game to use the Mega Mouse, and it works well. And honestly, the game itself isn't bad. Like, there's definitely, like, worse FMV games out there. It's just, you know, playing it, I beat it, because, you know, you can beat it in, like, 20 minutes, but after seeing it, I can tell that, you know, why this sort of genre has, you know, died out completely, because it's unremarkable, really. But this game in particular, again, not bad, but still. But one thing that's really interesting is that here, on here, it advertises games such as, well, you know, Mad Dog McCree, Who Shot Johnny Rock, Mad Dog 2, The Lost Gold, and Crime Patrol. But here's the interesting thing. It advertises, well, I can't point, well, oh, never mind, I guess I can, but the light will shine, but just pay attention here. It advertises a game called Space Pirates. Now, Space Pirates was never released. At least not on the Sega CD. I believe it saw release on the 3DO. It may have seen a PC release, but the Sega CD version does not exist. So that's actually kind of interesting that this manual essentially confirms the existence of what was going to be a Sega CD game, but didn't happen because, I don't know. But I guess this is probably the only trace of the Sega CD version of Space Pirates' existence, because, yeah. And honestly, it probably would have been unremarkable as well, but hey, there you have it. How about the other Sega thing? Lots of Sega stuff in this episode. Virtual Volleyball for the Sega Saturn. Yeah, another Saturn game. Woo! Yeah, okay. Why I wanted this is because, you know, I was like, okay, let's get a volleyball game, because played it in gym at school, and I kind of don't like playing volleyball in real life. It actually hurts like hell. But, you know, I was like, hey, let's try out some volleyball video games. Yeah, because why not? And, yeah, I had heard pretty negative things about this one, but, me being the curious motherfucker, I bought it. And, yeah, this is not good. This is not a good game, I don't think, really. The main problem with it is that the volleyball action itself. A lot of times I won't hit the ball, or a lot of times, you know, the player will miss the ball, and I'll be like, well, what the fuck happened? Was I supposed to move the character over here? Was I supposed to press A, B, or C? Was I supposed to press B and up? I try all kinds of different combinations with the D-pad and the A, B, and C buttons. And hell, even the X, Y, Z buttons, and even so, the ball just does not, you know, hit more often than not. And also, it seems like, you know, I can't do anything in certain positions no matter what I do, or either that or the controls are delayed. You know, it's just a very awkward, stressful, and almost, you know, like, kind of fearful kind of volleyball experience, really. It's really a pain in the ass, and quite honestly, I don't like it. I went into this with an open mind, despite whatever negative reception there was about this. But, yeah, this is really not a good game. And it kind of it's a little disappointing, because this is the only volleyball game on the Saturn. I mean, granted, yeah, it's a sports game. I mean, a shitty sports game over, like, a shitty, I don't know, platformer. You know, like, definitely, I guess, a bad platformer would probably bother somebody a lot more, because, well, platformers are just a more interesting genre. But even so, it's like, goddamn. But, hey, while we're on the topic of volleyball, how about Kings of the Beach for the NES? Because, yeah, 4-score game. And I'm like, yeah, let's get a 4-score game and a volleyball game. And, well, it's an okay game. I do think that the volleyball action could be a little more fast-paced and a little more fluent, but, it still plays, you know, decently well. You know, not too bad. But Super Spike V-Ball, another volleyball game for the NES, definitely looks better. Last game here I got is John Elway's Quarterback, also on the NES. Yeah, it's a football game. I mainly got this because, you know, I was mentioning my dad that John Elway had a NES game when he was watching the Super Bowl, and he's not even into sports, but he was like, oh, there's a John Elway game, let's get it. And, yeah, we did. I guess another incentive of having this is that Rare made it. You know, Rare, Donkey Kong Country Rare, and, What can I say about the game? I'm not really into football, but from what I hear, this is not a good game, and yeah, I kind of agree.